In this next video, we will calculate the geometry for each of our projected layers and figure out what percentage of urban area falls within our core-based statistical areas. Let's open up the attribute table for our UAC layer. In the top left of the attribute table, there is a button to add a new field. Click on this and a new tab in the attribute table window will appear. At the bottom, a new field will be created, and you can enter a name for this new field. Let's title it Area Kilometer 2 for Area Kilometer Squared. To the right of the field name, we can specify the data type and the number format. Double-click on the field to initiate a drop-down menu and select double as our data type. This will ensure that our calculations will be represented as a fraction with decimals rather than being solely represented as a whole number. Next, select numeric for the number format and click OK. At the top there will be a save button for you to finalize the added field. Go back to the attribute table and notice a new field has been added at the end. Let's go ahead and do the same thing for the CBSA layer. Follow the exact same steps and be sure to save the changes at the end. Notice that both attribute tables now have a new field with the same name, Area Kilometer Squared. At the moment, there's no values in it, and it just says null. So let's go ahead and calculate the geometry for this field. Next, let's search for the Calculate Geometry tool. Go ahead and type Calculate Geometry in the Geoprocessing search bar. For the input features, let's go ahead and use the UAC 10 projected layer. Then for our target field, let's go ahead and use the Area Kilometer Squared field that we just created, because we want to calculate the area, and the property should also be area. A new drop-down will appear for us to specify the area units. Let's use square kilometers. Then click Run. Notice that the attribute table is now locked while the tool is running. Once it is finished, the Area Kilometer Squared field should now become populated with area calculations for each feature. Next, let's do the same thing for our CBSA layer. Go ahead and switch the input feature and click Run. Notice now that both attribute tables have our area kilometer squares calculations. Now we want to summarize the amount of urban land area that falls within our CBSA layer. So let's go ahead and search for the Summarize Within tool. Go ahead and add the input polygon as our CBSA layer and the input summary feature as our UAC project layer. Title the new layer Urban Area CBSA with no spaces. We want to summarize the area of each urban area, so let's select area kilometers squared as our summary field, then use the sum statistics to add up all the fields that fall within the same CBSA area. It may take a minute to finish rendering, so be patient. Once the process is finished, let's open up the attribute table of the new layer and take a look at the new fields added. You'll notice that there are two fields at the end. One is summarized area and one is sum area kilometers squared. The summarized area should be the exact same value as the sum area kilometers squared. If not, then you've done something a little different in the step 10 of this exercise. In the next video, we'll add one last field and use it to calculate the percentage of urban area that falls within our CBSA areas.